And we're live, bros. How goes it?
Good, you?
Good,
What's
man.
up,
Going good.
everybody?
Good to have you on the show, bro.
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
welcome.
Been
Couple
a
Welcome.
of
hot
years.
minute, dude. 3 years, I think, dude.
Yeah.
3 years, man. It's been a long time. A lot to catch up on. Obviously, you're gonna have to reintroduce yourself. Let the audience know a little bit of, I guess like who you are in the sense of outside of all this crypto shit and like how you got into crypto and kind of what led you to where you're at with Enter the Coronaverse.
Yeah. So my name is Sean. I'm an artist and musician and spiritual leader. I come from a family of artists. I've been doing art for almost 40 years now. Um, and so
You don't even look
I've
old
been in
enough to say that.
galleries. I've been in galleries, shows, restaurants. My work hangs in people's houses. My music is on Spotify. I, I, I run several groups, and so my foray into crypto was an accident. I was on Facebook one day, and one of my friends from childhood linked me a social media crypto site called SoMe, which ran off cryptocurrency.
I remember Somi. They actually were one of
Yeah.
my sponsors for a little bit. That rug
So
hurt.
yeah, that was quite the learning curve to just learn how to use SoMe in general because I had no experience with wallets at all, except for maybe like Brave Wallet, which is basically just bat token and stuff. So I got into all that after learning it extremely difficultly. And then like you could post stuff on your wall, and so like you would get points for posting stuff, and so we were all just trying to rack up the points and checking out other people's things. And so one day this guy posted alien worlds on
Nice.
his thing, and so I checked it out. I joined their Discord. About a month later, I'm like, because around the time Alien Worlds came out, Our Planet also came out. And so as we were, scrounging for TLM, using Colo bucks to try to freaking scrounge by wax, um, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why don't I just make my own collection? I have like a shit ton of art and music. And so around February of 2021, after watching Kenn's big foray into the Our Planet world, I got inspired and made my own collection. And the rest is kind of history. Me and Kenn kind of stayed in contact the whole time until he disappeared. And
Dude,
yeah, I've been
even
kind
my
of,
own mom got ghosted in that. So I nothing personal to nobody, man. I tapped out completely. It was a me
Yeah.
thing. But I'm happy I came back and see people like you not just like surviving, but like thriving, building,
yeah,
doing new things, man. Like it's definitely
spite's,
encouraging, inspiring.
spite's a wonderful motivator. I'll just say that.
Right.
Yeah. When other people crumble, I just get stronger.
The
Yeah, he's
girl.
like actually, yeah, more room for me now. I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's what
true.
I tell people. I'm like a big fish in a small pond now. It's just like me and Byron the artist as actual artists left on
Nice.
wax,
That's
and
true.
Right.
everybody else has kind of died. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, it's great because I get to grow without any competition, kind of thing, right? Like
That's true.
I've always been seen as like the highest tier of art quality on wax. I mean, before that whole AI trend came on, I was still pumping stuff out
Yeah, I mean, you just kept
nonstop.
growing. You collected badges. You got verified. The status
Yep.
of the collection itself is up there with like, the Funko ones and stuff like that.
Oh
You're not
yeah.
just a dude.
Yeah.
You're a company. You're a project, and you're up there
That's right.
with all these big brands, man. Like you definitely had to claw your fucking way up there. And this is another
Oh,
thing I
for
will
sure.
say. It definitely did grind my gears. The fact that like I definitely got the red velvet ropes like broken down for me because like the whole influencer status shit. Like, yes, Wax kind of hooked me up. Atomic Hub definitely fucking hooked me up, and like I saw I didn't have the same experience a lot of other people in my community were having because they didn't have that same like follower base, and that shit kind of pissed me off because when I was talking to people about getting into wax and using Atomic Hub and all these like amazing opportunities, I didn't realize that I was getting a cater to opportunity. You know what I mean, dude? And like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely started to make me upset at my own self, trying to look at me from like the third person perspective. Like, oh yeah, dude, I'm definitely getting VIP treatment, and I'm talking about it like this is everybody should expect to have this experience.
That's right.
It comes off very hubris, and I definitely had to humble
Mhm.
myself on that because it was like something I had to take a look back on and be like, yo, like people like Sean definitely didn't get the experience he should have only because he didn't come in with this like, oh, I'm an influencer type bullshit. He's like, I'm an actual artist. Like, I had to find people like you to do shit. Like,
Yes.
you should have been getting the treatment I got, and that's on my way out of this space, dude. That's why I definitely self-destructed the Our Planet thing. I nuked it.
Yeah.
I posted a meme of the Pepper, the Pepper, whatever her name is, the adult
Oh, yeah.
entertainer with all the guys behind her on the couch, and I put Our Planet, over all the guys' faces, and I put my face on her face on the couch, and that is exactly how I felt after a while. I didn't realize how like used I was. I thought like, oh yeah, yo, Sean, check this out. Get on Our Planet. It becomes like this whole weird process for you, but for me it was this whole different experience, and that sucked. So I was like, look, I'm just gonna sell things you can stake on Our Planet for a penny, and I'm gonna make them infinitely mintable. Like nuke it, nuke it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I single-handedly destroyed Our Planet.
Maybe
I
that
believe
side
that.
of Our Planet, yeah.
Dude, they
Oh,
abused me
man.
though, and then they took advantage of my friends in the community that were trying to do things like you, and just like really made you guys go through some extra hoops on some shit that was unnecessary.
Well, they actually rejected me originally. They didn't even look at my profile. And it took the Blue Wizard to actually talk to the CEO to actually get me on.
Shout out
He's
to
like,
the
yeah,
Wiz."
I never even got to look at it. They just rejected it. So there's definitely a lot of bias against specific people and specific mediums. Like if you're not a corporation or an influencer, you're just like, what are you? Why are you here? Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that
Like,
sucks, dude.
listen, man, the corporations that are here now started collecting my stuff. I mean, I was one of the very first collections on Atomic
so
Hub,
true.
same as you.
That's so true. You're in all their
And then-
wallets.
Yep. And then I clawed my way up to #1 on the Our Planet staking, and that pissed a lot of people off.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. That was a war if you could do that. So yeah, you
Yeah.
basically put yourself on a hit list at that point, I bet.
Well, we knocked Ukraine off the very first stop, because they were doing that fundraising thing. So,
Jesus Christ.
Oh dear, Jesus.
so it's just me and Arland basically battling.
Sometimes
back and
it's not a
forth.
great time to be in the first place position. That's hilarious.
Well, I think after Arland pushed him off, we're just like, fuck it, whatever. We'll just go head to head. Because, I mean, I had Blue with infinite Aether, and Arland had infinite Aether from their selling of stuff on their thing. So it was like we were like 20 billion above everyone else. It wasn't even like a competition anymore.
Facts, bro. Let's jump into coronavirus and get started at the beginning. See where we're at now with the coronavirus. Let's enter the coronavirus.
Enter the
Enter
coronavirus.
the coronavirus.
Okay, you guys are actually saying it wrong. It's actually the Chronoverse, because if you actually put in CHRON on and actually see how it's spelled, it's actually spelled Chron. So it's only Chrono when there's an O at the end. So Chrono when it's Chron, it's Chron. So it's Chronoverse. Which
Chronoverse.
I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to fix that because that's like Philly in me. I still say Acme instead of Acme.
Yeah. Yeah.
That Philly slang. You're right, and that sucks. I'm gonna try, but I know my stupid Philly brain. It's gonna say it incorrect, and it's gonna say it with confidence.
It's because my username was actually a combination of Kronos, the god of war, or not the god of war, the god of time, and Bahamut, the dragon from Final Fantasy. So it was Chronomut. It rolled off the tongue, but everybody messed it up because they're like Chronomut. It makes it awkward when you say it like that. So
Yeah, it makes it
So-
like it makes it like one of those coffee table moments where it's a conversation starter all on its own. As in proof, we are having it
Yeah.
right now.
yeah, people are like, it sounds like some sort of Russian thing, like Corona. I'm not a Russian currency, even though it sounds the same. But yes, okay. How do I share my? Okay, share.
And then it should have an option of exactly what you want to share, so you don't share anything that you don't want to.
Yeah, I just have to make sure. Okay, so I can share screen 3, which should be fine. Um,
And then a big titty pops out. Boom.
Oh God, dude, tabs. Tab
Not on my
anxiety.
screen.
Tab anxiety. We need to take a minute to acknowledge there's 20 tabs too many open.
Yeah, there's so many that they just appear as icons. Basically.
Okay. All right, we're over it. Let's go through it. Let's see. Let's enter the Coronaverse. You got 175 members, 4 active online in Telegram. Guys, if you're watching, head on over to Telegram. Check out Enter the Coronaverse.
That's weird. It doesn't actually show up on my screen. Like, it just shows Zoom. That's weird. Okay, so I can't actually see what you guys are seeing.
Well, we're seeing exactly what you're seeing because it shows.
Right.
Yeah, it's not doubling it.
I'm just used to that. That's all. Okay. So yeah. So let's see. If I type in, what's it called? Just a sec. Oh, how to play. Sorry, I had a brain fart.
You gotta slash it.
Nope.
No,
See that?
that's dope.
No. Okay, so boom. Okay, so how to play the Coronaverse game. So basically, I made one link because everyone's like, "This is too complicated. I don't understand." So I'm like, "Okay, so I'll just make one link to show you all." So the Coronaverse game is a blending game where you start by buying elements and combinator cards, which I made 6 elements. I basically kind of took our planet stuff and made it kind of cannibalized into my own system kind of thing. So our planet had 4 elements, where mine has 6. So with mine, they're earth, air, fire, water, spirit, and void, as opposed to just earth, air, water, and fire. So you start with those 6 elements, and then you can use those elements and you can combine them together to form what I call combinator cards. So combinator cards are things like beauty, nature, fae, beasts, demons, angels, things that you can kind of combine together to create specific species and beings and stuff like that. And you combine those together, you create a common card. Let's say this guy right here, Mecha Draconian. Oh, sorry, not Mecha. This is base Draconian, basically. And so I'll open up the thing. Just give me a sec. It's on the other screen. Okay. Come on. Okay. So this is what pops up when you click the link in the how-to. So it gives you the links, so the elements that I just taught you. You can buy them in wax, dust, zite, and the main drops link is well, for fuck's sake, Snefty.
Right. That's
very unavailable. All right, well, we'll get back to that.
That's crypto. That's crypto.
Yeah. That's crypto.
I think because you didn't have the drop number at the end of the hyperlink there, it said Nefty block /drop, but it didn't have the drop number at the end. And I kind of noticed that right away. Just says drops. Don't you need to have the actual number or?
No, I just do that.
Okay, there you go.
I just go to the drops.
It does.
Okay,
it is
exact
drop.
same
What the
thing.
actual?
All right. Well, the internet's just retarded. Okay. All right. So, So here's a weird. It's funny. Actually, I labeled it wrong. It's supposed to be base Draconian, but okay. So, sorry, I'm thinking on the fly here. So,
Is that just the title of the drop that's wrong, not the actual asset?
Yeah, just the title
That's
of the
what I
drop. It should be,
figured. Yeah.
it should be base Draconian, not. Okay. We'll go to the actual site.
It's so cool.
Okay, so looks kind of the same. This basically just. So this is like my updates page where I basically just show like things that I've added to the Coronaverse, like the NFT gaming utility, new season 2 type stuff and stuff like that. So if you go to the bottom, you'll see game, click game, and then you enter the portal to go into the game. So you enter the Coronaverse, and then I will come here. So this is the actual blending game. So you click the images below, and then use the arrows to cycle through page categories. And you blend those items, view them in the store, view docs, so keep evolving and combining. So here you see the dangerous draconians. We'll start with that one. So you click it, pops up at the top, and then you've got the option to blend, buy on market, evolve, go back a step, or you can view the doc file. The doc file actually it has table contents. It'll show all the races that you can create.
Oh
And
wow!
it'll show,
Holy shit!
no, just a second.
That's
I'm gonna put dark mode on because this is.
Yeah. It looks like the
crap.
sun is in my face right now.
Yeah, and I'm like it burns basically. How do I? What is this open in? It's weird.
Yeah, if you're
Oh.
saying you
Oh
have.
no, it's sorry. I had an F11, so I couldn't see any of the. I couldn't see my dark mode. There we go.
Much better.
Yes. Okay, so let's open up Draconians. So you can see there, you got the rarity on the side. Then you got the 6 elements, because each of them always requires 6 elements to create. So the first one always involves just the elements. So 2 air, 2 fire, 2 water. Unfortunately, because it reverses it, some of them are hard to see. For each of the rarities above that, you'll need a previous version to blend kind of thing. So like to get to the next one. So if we click evolve, and then we click battle scar draconian,
Oh wow!
you'll need the previous version. So you'll need one base draconian to burn plus the stuff that you need. So if you click the blends, it'll come up here. You'll see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that you can use to create it, plus the base draconian. Go back a step, and you click. Oops. If you actually click the image, it'll actually pop up my actual gallery site where you can actually buy it in real life. You can buy
Oh,
it.
dope! Yo,
Yep. So you can get
physicals.
like a frame. Yeah, frame print. You can actually buy it for whatever size you want. Do like that. You can show it what it looks like on a wall, kind of thing, stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That is sexy.
Yeah, you can make it like really big too, because I do like pretty high def stuff. So like it can be like the size of it can dwarf your freaking couch, basically.
Nice.
That's sexy though.
Yeah. Yeah. So everything is self-contained within the game. Like everything you need, the blend links, the buy links. So if you want to buy it on market, you can click here. It'll open up Nifty blocks. You can buy them on market if you want, kind of thing, as opposed to having to blend them. You can also buy them on drops, kind of thing, because I just opened drops for that, because it's also an Apex Conquest commander now. Literally, it was just added today. So you can put it in that game and play it that way and earn Krona, Krona, basically. So you can, which is the Chronoverse's main token. So all commons in the game can also be bought with a Krona token as well. So we'll just kind of play through the game a bit. So you'll see some of these steps are locked, which means that the blends have to be done in order. You can't just basically click anything. So
Okay.
you click the Battlescar Draconian, and then you evolve up from that. You get options. You get the Mecha Draconian, which is also a commander, or you get the Salamander. So you can evolve up, or you can evolve down. If you evolve down, you basically devolve to a Salamander, and then you get the option of going back and being a Battlescar Draconian, or you can go forward to a new evolution.
Holy
and
shit, dude!
choose...
This is like Bandersnatch with NFTs.
Yeah. So you can choose the Draconian Predator, which is now wingless. So the whole evolution line now is just wingless
Wow.
ones. So all the winged ones below are all grayed out. Now you can choose the Red Fire Draconian Warrior. You click ahead. Now you can choose Spawn of Genova. As you can see, as they get up in quality and rarity, they get up in quality kind of thing. So, which is how I deliberately did it. And then you can evolve that up to Mechanova, which is like the mechanized version of that.
You know you're blowing
Man.
everyone's mind right now because they're so used to looking at like Ethereum and shit. Like you could
Oh,
never
right.
fucking do this with Ethereum, bro.
Right? Yeah, the
Right.
blending is.
And then in this case, you see things get a little like legendary in the game is the max, but you can go beyond that. But there's certain criteria you have to follow. So for this one, if you want to go above it, you need to actually create the Arquintus blend, which is Arquintus is like the biggest, most powerful creature in all of the Chronoverse. Like its mouth can crush a planet, basically. It's huge one. So there's a lot of lore in the Chronoverse too. So the Arquintus basically spawned a bunch of children. So all these creatures, like Raging Fists, Air Razor, they're both the spawn of Arquintus. So basically, and they're like colossal kaiju type creatures that basically attack planets and destroy them and stuff. So for this one, you need the mythical one. So if you click this link above here where it says blend, evolve, and hybridize characters, it'll actually take you back to the beginning of the game. Then if you click the spawn of Arquintus, you can actually get the mythical tier and the celestial tier, and these will keep going up in tiers. I haven't built them all, right? I mean, it takes a long time to build this stuff, so and then it shows Raging Fist. It shows that it's locked because you have to be able to have certain criteria met in order just to even make it. Celestial tier as well, it's locked. So basically for these ones, when you create the highest legendary tier, it'll have a password in the unlockable content that can actually then use to get other items in order to classify you to be able to make these. And so mythical tier, Raging Fists, he's actually, if you blend him, he'll actually drip Krona into your wallet. He's on Waxdow as an actual token farm, NFT. So the goal for the game is that anything rare and above will actually drip you a specific amount of Krona into your wallet hourly, basically. So then you can use that Krona to basically buy things within the game, save time, buy collections. You can buy blend materials and stuff like that. And so it's meant to be like an ecosystem right now. And let me see. Sorry, is there any way to get the screen sharing menu to? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I couldn't see the top of the screen.
Did you find it? Would you be
yeah.
considering? Have you been considering doing anything with Soul? Now that Wax has the bridges and stuff that they've been made.
The problem with moving from blockchains is that it doubles and triples my work of having to promote it literally everywhere. So like, I prefer to stay in Wax and have people come to me. Like if they bridge to Wax, that's one thing, but unfortunately, all my time is taken up basically doing this right now, right? So let's go to the Wax on Edge. So this is the value of the coin right now. It's 11.56 wax per Krona, basically.
Congratulations.
And it's just been going up and up and up and up, as you can see.
I love when I see a shitcoin worth more than the main coin that it's on. No disrespect. I say it with endearment and love. But like, yes. No, it is like I love to see like a community built thing that's worth more than the thing it's building on. Like Wax, Wax isn't worth one of you. You're worth 11 of them. That's a gangster move.
I'm basically worth like $1 a Krona.
Yeah,
basically.
Dude. Congratulations, man. I'm proud, dude. Like that's an impressive feat.
Yeah,
that is pretty legit.
And my stuff, if you're on Alien Worlds, you can also EOS USA actually hook me up. So basically, if you mine on my land, which is Magor 88, you can dig up Chronoverse blending material every hour.
I love that. Yeah, I used to have that for my collection with Alien Worlds back in the day too, and I think that's such a great like extra game. And you're already a game, so you're like a game within a game. Like when you play Call of Duty and you walk up to like the arcade machine, you can like play like whatever. I forget the game. It was like Pac-Man or something. It was like really crazy. You could play a game within a game. I think the Matrix did something like this really early when you were playing the early Matrix games on like PlayStation 2 or something. So a game within a game. I love that. Like
StarCraft has that too.
Doing that.
Speaking of a game within a game, I have 2 games within my game. So if you click the next button, it'll give you this actually randomizes. So this is like it'll randomize facts in this little area kind of thing. You click next again. Come on. You got randomized lore since there's a lot of lore on the
Oh
Crownverse.
shit.
If you actually know some of the lore, you can actually type it in here. Down here, it'll actually give you an NFT that you can actually acquire from knowing the lore. There's like a limit amount. There was like 20 of each type thing.
So it's like an Easter
And
egg kind of vibe.
yep. And then there's another Easter egg because back in the day, I actually built my own online riddle back when online riddles were really big in like 2002, 2005. So if you click next again, now, well, yeah, play the Crown Riddles game. So the Crown Riddles was my sequel to a game called Zest Online Riddle. So basically, if you go to Crown Riddles and you go all the way here, it's actually, my site is actually hosted off the main riddle site. So you can actually go down here and actually it has a bunch of stuff. Go to general hints, go back to main page, you enter it, and then each level will actually give you something that you have to solve. So for this one, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one small step. Well, the answer is one small step.html. Go to level 2. Now, if you go back and go here, and then you type, go down here, Chrome levels, you type in level 1, you type in one small step. Down here, get your level 1 prize.
Oh,
Basically
yeah.
earn it. Yep. And you go to level 2 and you do the same thing.
I
So
love
basically, yep. And if you claim one of these, it costs 2 krona each, and it's a hidden blend, or hidden drop, so you can't find it otherwise. You can also claim free stuff per level. So like level 1 will give you one element, level 2 will give you 2 elements, kind of thing, as you work your way up. So,
Dude, I can't
and then
imagine
there's-
the amount of work that went into this.
well, not just that, but for each of
Yeah.
these, I have to manually code it because there's 2 HTML files for each thing. Let me just go
So
back to the game.
you're making the art, you're coding the gamification for the website, the Web
Yeah.
2, and you're also doing all of the the work on the marketplace for drops and stuff like that. Like, now be realistic, bro. Talk to another artist. Like, what are the odds somebody that's an artist, an average dude like yourself, before SoMe, before Our Planet and Alien Worlds, what are the odds another bro like you is gonna be like, yeah, I'll go through all this shit?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not just that, I also hosted myself. So basically, I have my own server, as you can see.
You're so ahead of the curve. I can't even talk shit about Pinata Cloud on this one, guys.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's legit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you're doing it all. So, like, what do you think, like, the reality is, though, of, like, this becoming, like, a mass adoptable route that artists will take?
Problem is, like, without actually seeing it, there's a big learning curve, which I found people struggle with. They're like, I don't get it. And I'm like, oh, you just click. You literally just click, 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 click. That's all you do. It's not a hard thing to do. You click, you find ogres, you click. You got like a bunch of other ones to choose from.
I'll
go
be
down.
I'll be the dumb guy in the room. I think
Yeah.
it might help if you had
That's
a little thing pop up when you hovered over the things that just tell people what it is. So when you're hovering over this, yeah, see, it
Like
says
that?
by. Oh, I guess they don't have an excuse anymore.
No, I thought of everything.
Now, would you consider using Solana if you had like a launch pad that did a lot of work for you and maybe some people that could help you?
If I had people to delegate stuff for me, then sure. I mean, they can pay you.
Well,
Grind,
as
I guess.
Voria is looking for people like you to get into Solana with their art and do things Web3, and I feel like
Yeah.
we kind of do have
We're
people
creating a
that
launch pad.
would definitely do some work and earn you on too as Voria. You know what I mean?
All I need right now are people. That's the
Yeah.
only thing I need is people to
Miggy,
run through the
Miggy
machine.
can definitely set you up with the meeting, and we'll get that going if you're interested. I
Yeah, at
don't
least
want you
get a chance to talk with them and see, because we have a pretty, they have a nice metaverse that they're working on. It's on Unreal Engine 5, the newest one. So with your quality of art, I mean, I'm sure there's some things that, could be done as far as like having it out in the world, or like introducing like your game mechanisms, and
Right.
at least
Yeah.
giving people a way to kind of see it and find
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna say, as Ken could probably attribute, I'm very much like my own artist type things. I don't do art for other people,
Yeah.
and I'm very much a one-man band. So,
Yep.
like, as long as it respects that, and
Yeah,
they're not like,
absolutely.
"Oh, okay, you're gonna work for us now."
No.
I
Oh
do
yeah,
this
no,
song."
our
That's
launcher
fine.
just
No.
makes it so that way you could take your project and launch a token on Solana and have
Right.
NFTs, but like, save a lot of the time
And
of
you already have a lot of the
doing all
infrastructure.
that
There's already a
Yeah.
bridge. It could definitely
Yeah.
be. It's if you're interested in the conversation, I know Miggy can help
Yeah, yeah.
set that up.
Yeah, because I already got the tokens, so I mean, I guess it's just a matter of I don't know enough about Solana, so like I tried signing up to it, and like I don't know, something with the site wasn't working and wouldn't work for me, so I got frustrated. And I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck this.
that sounds like Solana.
So and then I saw like the 5 billion people enter Wolf, and they're all just like they all felt like bots, and it just I don't know, it just gave me this weird feeling about Solana. I'm like, I know Wax, I know the people there aren't scammers like on ETH and stuff, so why
Yeah.
mess with a good thing type thing, right?
I like that about
So-
Wax too. There wasn't enough money in the room to get the scammers' attention. Like it's
Yeah.
$1 or less,
Sure
like for
enough.
these NFTs, dude.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Like I got off ETH because literally every single opportunity I got in there was a scam. Every single person that claimed to want my NFTs, except for you, Ken, you were the only buyer I ever had on
Aw.
OpenSea. Everybody else, every other person was a scammer.
Man, fuck those
So-
guys. I know what it takes to even start that contract, and it sure as fuck ain't free, and it sure as hell ain't cheap. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think I recently went to Rarible about 2 weeks ago just to see, like, oh, I wonder how much it costs to start just a collection, like a wonder. Just
Yeah.
to start it, I'm not talking about minting, dropping, none of this stuff, just to have the fucking name in this. It's like $1,000 just to start a collection on Rarible. What?
Yeah.
Bruh. I
For
could do it
what?
for $10 on Wax, and that shit will fucking run for a year without you having to buy more RAM.
Don't forget, I had to do everything twice because I had to rebuild my own
Oh,
collection
dude.
after I got hacked.
Do you want to
Oh,
keep the
right.
screen share up? I don't know if you have to walk through. Otherwise, you can end it, and we can jump into a little bit of that because,
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's a whole thing. A lot of people in this space don't realize it's you get knocked down, but you got to get up again and again and again, bro. And you've done it, and you're proof that staying down is never worth it. Yeah, how did, like, I guess talk a little bit about how the situation occurred so people might be able to learn from it and avoid having to start over for the similar
Okay.
reason.
All right, so let's rewind back to June, July of 2022. Our planet is the highest it's ever been. They're prepping for their new Conquest game. Chronoverse is the highest it's ever been. #1 staked. It's roaring. It's got sales going up the ass. The Blue Wizard has just recently come about and basically just turbocharged all the sales with like thousands of dollars of purchases. We were basically we could do no wrong, and I've pissed off a few people over time because I just go, and I get frustrated when people can't keep up with me. And they used to call me the granddaddy of shill because I would advertise everywhere, and all these people would invite me to their rooms, and it was fine at first, and then they're like, you're advertising too much now. You're a little too full of yourself. You're too egotistical. And there was a place called Wax Street Bets where they got a little too fed up with me. And then one day somebody messaged me called WSB and said, oh yeah, I work for this what was it called, this boxing type crypto game, and we heard your music and we really want to use it in. And I'm like, okay, you have to know about my collection to know about my music, because yes, I have art NFTs, but I also have music NFTs. The Sonic Discman they actually physically spin, and you can see the CD inside of them. And basically, they play music. And so I'm like, oh, cool. And like this guy's English was perfect, and he was talking about all this stuff. And normally, 100% of the time, like usually if like their English is a little off, I'm like, okay, let's do a background check on this. But for some reason that day, I guess because it was about my music and not my art, My defenses were down. He's like, "Oh yeah, we just gotta get you to sign this digital contract." And I'd signed digital contracts in the past. I didn't think anything about it, right? Because I've done stuff for music before. So I'm like, "Yeah, just send it over." And he's like, and then I tried to open it, and it wasn't opening properly. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll send you this other file." And so I clicked it, and two little black windows popped up and disappeared on my screen. And I'm like, I thought that's weird. And then I started, and yeah, and it's like, "Oh yeah, we'll talk about this tomorrow." And so I started like signing into, I think it was my Atomic Hub, and I couldn't mint stuff, and I'm like, "What's going on?" So then I signed into my Wax chain wallet, which is what it was back then, and I couldn't do certain things in that. And two-factor authentication had been turned on, so I couldn't change my password. And then I looked at the recovery email, and it wasn't mine, and I started to panic. And I went to blocks, and that's when the reality sunk in, and it was just he was taking everything, just liquidating everything. Basically, I calculated it was about $18,000 worth of assets that he basically took from me because he took over the entire collection. But I'd even put safeguards against that because I had two. I had the main one, which I didn't use. I used a secondary one so that the first one would be safe. So he first hacked the secondary one. So I'm like, okay, he's hacked it. That's like 90% of the NFTs, but I still have the main account. I didn't realize I had been phished. So he was keylogging everything I was doing.
Oh no!
So bypassing all the security that I had, all the two-factor authentication, everything. So I was opening stuff up, right? Because the first thing you do is you try to protect your assets. So he kept getting more and more stuff. And then I opened up my email and he got access to my email. And so I tried to recover it and he keylogged the recovery process. So every time I tried to recover it afterwards, he would re-recover it. I tried contacting Microsoft. You can call them, but there's nobody to talk to. Yeah. And if you try to talk to them in the chat, they basically just say, "Oh yeah, you just gotta go through this process." I'm like, I can't. He has that process as well. They wouldn't shut it down. I had to talk to Wax. They opened up an investigation. I talked to the police. They opened up a cyber terrorism, cyber attack investigation, which is still ongoing every time I find something new. And didn't stop there. Like he was selling my art plant lands. He was going to rooms. He went into my Galactic 123, said, "Put under new management for all the new planets and stuff." Oh my God, dude. And then he had the balls to actually message me on Telegram and try to blackmail me, threatening to send pictures out if I didn't send him money. I'm like, dude, everybody I know has that email blacklisted. You got nothing. And he kept trying and trying. It's just like, there's certain levels of sociopathicness, and that one is just like off the charts. They've never been able to catch him. He's just
high level.
And you didn't just get me, you got Toad Shaman too. So the Funman Galaxy collection, both at the same time. So we both went down. And the worst part was I was still on our planet. So even though the collection was blacklisted so I could make the new one, all the NFTs were still staked on our planet. So all those blacklisted NFTs were still getting him money. So all he did was just mass produce blacklisted NFTs that just suck all the aether out of our planet. He like devalued it for like over 90%. Then it was a game of cat and mouse too, right? Because he had my email, so he got access to all the things. Because I had that email since high school, so he had like 20 to 30 years worth of things to sift through. And so like to this day, I'm still changing things because I'll find something, and the worst part is like if you go to change it, it sends an email to the original email, and then he finds out about it, takes all the money out, and like I had my one distributorship for music. I tried to change the password the other day, and it sent it to my old email. It was like 100 British pounds, which wasn't a huge amount, but yeah, he just sucked all that out. And then he had the gall to ask me for $100. He literally messaged me while he was doing it, saying, "Yeah, if you send me $100, I'll give you your email back." Just like I literally have the print screens. It's so fucked up.
It sucks. Let me get some shout outs to the chat real quick. We got some people in the YouTube, some bro Wax family. What's up, everybody? Got Tricky Creations, TC. They're all giving their shout outs to Chronoverse and Sean. 404 Mon. M Ninja 4, Rice Crypto in the house. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching the show and
Yes, thank
being
you.
here.
We got about 108 viewers on X on my live here. So if you're watching on X, go ahead and hit that repost. If you're watching it anywhere else, please share this out on your socials and then delete that stuff and go use X and watch us over there.
Yep. Yes, sir.
It could be your mic drop. You just like share my podcast on Facebook and then delete it, right? Just delete Facebook. That's your mic drop. And then come on over to X and hang out with us degenerates over here.
For real though.
I keep all social media. I'm basically on it all, and it frustrates me all hell.
Facebook's just like, I feel like I'm at a family reunion no matter where I go on Facebook. It's just like that weird energy all the time. I don't like it. I like X because it is weird energy. You can never be too weird. You're never the weirdest person in the room. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm comfortable being myself on X, but on Facebook, like, I have to pretend like I don't smoke weed, like grandmom's around and it's Thanksgiving.
Just gotta be careful what you say on Twitter. You'll be canceled. Well, at least you would be back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Elon Musk's Twitter, but
you just have to pay them $300 a month, like I do, for the check mark, and you can say a little bit more than you used to. I think freedom of speech is a gate now. There's like a token gate for freedom of speech.
Yeah. I got the blue check mark too. I'm just like, you know what? I need a little more space in my tweets. So.
Yeah, I need some elbow room to be myself over here.
Yeah, without having to like speak like a 5-year-old on leads, basically, just to fit everything in.
So I guess to jump back into like the coronavirus and getting it started over after all of that, kind of where did you start? Where do you kind of pick back up from? Do you start over? Do you pick up where you left off? Like, what's that like?
Well, first of all, I had to remint over 60,000 NFTs and airdrop them to everybody.
You did that?
Well, I'm still in the process of doing it 2 years later.
That's gonna take a while. I can't believe you're even. I can't believe you considered doing that. That's way too above and beyond.
Well, I mean, they bought it, right? I mean, the worst thing you can do is basically rebuild your collection and not give everybody else back their things. Like some things I couldn't give back, right? Because our Atomic Hub rules have changed since there weren't any rules when we started. We tried things and you can't do that. Sorry, you're punished now, kind of thing. So certain things, I mean, the whole cartoons copyright infringement thing, right? We were riding that gray line to see what we could get away with.
My whole entire collection is a gray line.
Yes, and then like Jonah would be like, kind of thing. So like when I made the new one, I just made sure to not put any of that stuff back on. Like,
That's smart.
We're not even gonna try with.
It's actually a silver lining.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I got to fix all the mistakes in the collection type thing. Got to kind of remove schemas that no longer work and stuff. Because that's the thing. You got a whole bunch of dead schemas and templates and stuff like that you don't use and stuff, and things that you thought would work but didn't work. So, yeah, the other problem too was like I had to do every single one of those airdrops manually because half the NFTs were still locked in our planet's wallet. So I had to go into each and every single one of them, find out who the person actually was who put it in there, and then send it to them. And their trading tool on Atomic Hub is absolutely horrible. I don't know why the mints take so long to load, or the fact that like it only loads 30 at a time and some of them get missing, but like I would actually give them their original mints back. So I was doing mint number for mint number type thing. So it was hell. And then I had to change all the links on my site because everything had to be changed to the new collection. The old collection had to be blacklisted. All the social media that had to be disconnected, reconnected it.
Damn.
And I still had to play cat and mouse because he took over my Discord and he also took over my Telegram. So I had to duplicate both my Discord rooms and remake the Telegram room under a new name. So I had to remake all the name associations on my NFTs too. And it's just every now and then I'll find something like, shit, I gotta change that again too. But what I did is when I remade the collection, I started making new art because the thing with the old collection is that art was from when I was 12 years old up to present. And I didn't necessarily upload them in order, which caused massive confusion with people because they're like, what's this compared to this? I'm like, oh yeah, I did that when I was 12 kind of thing, right? But I didn't actually say that when I was doing it. So the new stuff was all new. I learned ZBrush, I upped my Photoshop skills, and I started pumping out stuff. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna make this is a chronoverse. We're gonna make it an actual universe with worlds, species, races, span billions of years, and just make something bigger that nobody else has ever seen.
You're gonna definitely have to get Miggy to set you up with a schedule to talk to the Asvoria team, because of the metaverse stuff that we're building out, this spatial web experience. You have the assets already, bro. It's like it can definitely be done.
Well, it's like to tell people, like, every single collection on Wax can fit in my collection because it's a universe. It can literally fit Alien Worlds, it can fit Galactic 1, 2, 3, it can fit everything in it. You just gotta be somewhere in the chronoverse, basically.
I fucking love that.
And like everybody else is like, oh, I'm just gonna make this little niche collection, right? Well, what do you do when people get bored of it? You'll never get bored of it. I can do this till the end of time. Basically, I'll never run out of material. I have art for years, basically, that I still have to just process, let alone, and I'm still making new stuff. So basically, it's just the game. Basically, is just I just add stuff every day to it, and it just grows and grows and grows. And the reason why I made this game is like, if I make drops, there's going to be eventually be so many pages that you just feel like, well, fuck this. This is too much. I'm not going to check it all. If I make blends or a doc page, it's going to get so big that you're going to do the same thing. But if you have a game page, you're going to get lost in it. And that's the fun part. You can just keep playing and clicking and clicking and clicking. And I made it so that it actually fits on a mobile screen. So like you just basically board click, right? And the goal is for you to play God, basically. So people who don't have crypto can play it too. They basically just click through, like, okay, what happens if I combine a dragon with a frog with a bear, basically? And then you have this fusion creation, and then you can either create it and make it as an NFT, or basically just keep clicking like Pokemon and evolving as you go type thing. And the goal is for it to get just like so deep in there, so jungly that you're like, what the fuck is this?
I like the analogy of playing God.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Right? Because if you can't cater to people's money, you got to cater to people's ability to create. Right.
Yeah, especially like the endless clicking and scrolling and stuff like that. So how's the transition been, from doing the music and NFTs to now just to switching to more art focused NFTs? Like, has that been more profitable for you, or have you seen more success with that, or has it been kind of, somewhat the same response?
Well, the interesting thing about the Chronoverse is like with a lot of, you're making me say it. Oh no, I said it right. Damn, you can.
Yes.
Like if I sing it right, if I
dude,
say it like
retardation is contagious. I say this all the time, bro.
Sorry,
you are
bro.
as smart as the dumbest person in the room, because look what I just did to Sean.
Yes. All right, so the Chronoverse basically has always, it hasn't been like other collections, right? Other collections are like trying to sell knickknacks at an airport. You have a lot of tiny little things that are worth a little bit of money. That's a Kenn Bosak's collection of like pennies per NFT, right? Whereas the Chronoverse has always been modeled after an actual art gallery. So with an art gallery, you have really expensive pieces, but you get very few sales of them. But it doesn't matter because you're still getting a profit. So with the Chronoverse, we've had high rollers all throughout our history who basically just go in and basically just take everything kind of thing. Like Blue took half the collection and it's just rotting in his wallet because he'll never be able to use it because he's in jail for life basically now. But I've always had at that point, like every time it seems like there's a lull, somebody else will come in and kind of spike the collection kind of thing. So like I got the dust team who basically just showers dust on my stuff and basically like subterranean mold.
I fucking love the dust guys, dude. They actually, I just had a meeting with the dust team about the, getting my channel back as a dust miner, getting more back involved with them, and trying to just repatch that relationship, because they were always nothing but love to me, and like everybody else, I just disappeared. And they're still doing it, man, just like you. So big shout out to the dust community, Magic Dust.
Well, Dust, I actually learned a lot from them token-wise, right? Because Dust has been so good at keeping the token high in value because they have their auctions, they'll buy stuff back, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do a token, I'm not going to do what everybody else does and basically just give 5 billion of it away to people and just watch it tank as nobody has anything to do with. So with my token, focuses on utility, lots and lots and lots of utility. There are tons of things to use it with. You can stake it, you can use it to buy, you can use it to blend, you can use it to gamble. There's a whole bunch of things you can do with it.
Bro, I gotta get you in touch with Corey. Corey from Uplift. He's working.
I'm already in touch with him.
Oh my God! Yay,
dude! I know everyone.
Yeah.
So I figure you're already in the thing that he doesn't. Yeah, you're in the next thing. You're in the thing. I imagine.
I was supposed to be interviewed with him by Wednesday, but I had food poisoning, so I had to cancel.
Yeah.
So
you want to be in that thing, guys. This thing, it's gonna be a thing, and if Sean's in it and Corey's doing it, dude, it's gonna be gangbusters.
It'll be a thing.
It's gonna be Mickey, you don't even know.
I know.
You're not. You don't know.
I'm just hyping
He's
it up.
not in a no.
I can't even
I
tell
believe
him.
it'll be a thing though.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
We hit 150 live viewers on X. Guys, go ahead and hit that repost
Very
button,
nice.
please. It would be dope to even see like 10% of you hit that repost button. Just fucking saying. Yeah.
Yeah, with a token, it's low liquidity, high volume. The goal is to gradually step it up and slowly release more and more as I go, as people become aware of what they can use it for. And so the goal is to keep it above 10 wax. If it kind of dips above and below that, I'm fine. But anything above that is gravy type thing, because 1 krona being 10 wax is roughly, I can use that.
That's
on
a 10x
everything.
on Wax's
Nice.
self-value, man. That's like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gangster as
Legit.
hell.
Because the problem is, if you get too high, then people don't want to spend it on anything, right? They just want to hodl it or stake it or other stuff or sell it, kind of thing. And so I started right off the bat high, right? Because I'm like, okay, if I start high, I got a little bit of like buffer room that I can kind of drop for, right? And so, but now everyone's like, oh, yeah, I don't want to spend it, kind of thing. I'm like, well, fuck. I
Yeah,
don't want it
that's a good point.
to drop, right? Because you see the red and you're like, oh, kind of thing. So now I'm like constantly trying to keep.
Well, I guess like the version of selling your token would be more like trading it for the NFTs, right? So the sell isn't really like a Candlewick sell. The sell is, I'll sell these tokens, but I'm selling it for your NFT. So it's not a sell event, but it feels like you're selling.
But you've also seen the chart, right? It just keeps going up. So people are like, okay,
Well, because
just
there's really
hold
no
on
reason
it.
to sell it, but there's reasons to trade it in for the NFTs and use it in the ecosystem. So it's really just buy and use.
Right. And I think one reason that's helping it right now is that all the drips aren't online yet for the game. Once you start like having all these NFTs and they all start dripping Krona, then you start exponentially earning it. And then what do you do with it, right? You can sell it, but then if it starts tanking, then you can use it to buy other NFTs and stuff like that. So the moment everybody's kind of holding their breath because they're like, what's it going to do kind of thing, right? Is it going to plateau? Is it going to dip? And we buy the dip kind of thing. And they're like, it's not dipping kind of thing. It'll go up, it'll go down a little, and then it'll shoot up, and it'll go down a little kind of thing. So
I think that's what separates the utility tokens from meme coins or meme tokens is that there. And I guess you could kind of try to ride the fine line of both, like be a meme with utility, but as soon as you have utility, you're not a meme anymore. You know, like Doge isn't a meme because I can buy a Tesla with it, but dog with hat is pretty much a meme because who the hell is going to trade you slices of pizza for dog with hat? That makes
I got cat with hat.
yes.
Yeah, and I guess Mickey, any final questions or anything? We're gonna wrap it up here, bro.
I guess like if you want to talk about maybe like a little bit of what's going to be coming up, like maybe any new additions or something that you might be adding to, the mix this year or something.
Oh god, those happen every day, man. The past few months have been absolutely insane, especially since the token came out. Like, I've been able to integrate it with all this different stuff, right? Especially like when Apex Conquest came out, then I'm like, oh, I can finally port it into something. That's the big thing for the Chronoverse, is to actually use the token in other games.
Okay.
If I can get that utility to make it a spendable coin, then the utility stabilizes, right? Because now
buy
you can
and use,
use
buy
it.
and use,
Yeah. So that's my big thing right now, is to get as much utility for the token as possible, get as many people in, learning about the game, appreciating the art, because that's the thing, right? It's about glorifying the art too. You got the high rarities, it does something for you, it's good quality art. Basically, it's done by an actual artist who's OG on the collection, so you got the clout. It's like your brother used to say, It's like the Gucci of wax, basically.
Nice.
Yes.
Yes, and that's the kind of thing I want it to be like. I want it to be the highest quality, and I don't really have much other competition, so at the moment it is kind of thing.
That's dope. You're the Beeple on wax, bro.
Yeah, I'm the first. Basically, I'm the Donatella Versace of.
Next time you mint, you do it with your pinky out.
That's right. Do it like this. Yes.
All right, guys, check out Sean over at the Enter the Coronaverse. Coronaverse. I just want to say Corona. I guess it's fucking coronavirus's fault, maybe. I don't know. It's just like my mouth makes the wrong shape and the wrong sound comes out, dude. It's just.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, check it out. I guess if you want to shout out your socials, I know you say you market everywhere. Where would you prefer people to follow you and then get in touch with you?
So I'm mainly centralized on Twitter and Telegram, the two T's. So basically, it's
Titties?
just two T's, the two titties. Yes. So basically, it's Enter the Chronoverse on Telegram, and it's just look up at Chronomut, CHRONAMUT. On Twitter, and the Telegram would be t.me/ENTERCHRONAVERSE. If I just say, people are gonna misspell it. So
Nice.
yes,
Like me.
Yep.
Just like me.
yes, yes.
Thank you, Sean.
Yes.
I appreciate your time, bro. I love everything you're doing. I'm happy to see that you're reaping all the benefits of fucking, grinding through the winter, bro. And
Yeah.
you're definitely on the path to see a personal 10x, whether that is, financially or just, it's positioned differently. You're in that to just, you're going to be on the moon in your own way, bro. And I'm here to watch it. I'm happy that you're still here. I want to do something with you when the time is right and things are all fixed. I got a lot of shit I need to do with my own wax collection before I think its reputation is clean enough to even do those endeavors. But I would like to get it to that point, and that is a goal of mine for this year. Is to, which is funny, right? Like, I want to get my collection to a point where I am valuable enough to be with you, bro.
I just remember the first time I saw you, you were like the biggest singer. I'm like, I want to be like Kenn. Kind of thing.
Now Ken wants to be like Sean, bro. Like, dead ass.
Well, I gotta get
I want to be a
into
dragon.
I want to be a dragon.
You can make a dragon and best be like one. But yeah, I gotta get you both into the game, basically. You've seen how easy it is, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
already
like,
told
look.
you I want to make some content for you, some like tutorial style. I just got to get back into the swing of things, and why not practice making some content for a friend of mine? So I definitely
Yeah,
want to get
you
into
can make it all goopy loopy for the millennial and Gen
Yeah,
Z.
dude. I'll be all TikToky energetic and shit.
Yes. Yeah, man. Well, that's the thing too. Like, I need influencers and people to spread my stuff. Like, I've reached the saturation point of what I can do on my own because people are just sick of hearing it from me, kind of thing. So.
Well, you
I
got a
mean-
lot of dope shit worth talking about, bro.
Yeah,
Even if I
yeah.
didn't fuck with you, I'd use you as a proof of concept in a lot of different conversations. So it's
Aw.
not like I have to go out of my way to hype you up. Like, you're doing it, and you're doing it in a way that's very.
Doing it.
I don't want to say copy and paste because like your uniqueness to it isn't. But when I talk to an artist, I can use you as a reference of inspiration, and I think
Right,
that
what they
is
can do, yeah.
that is the most powerful part of you being you and knowing people and people that know you is they know somebody they can say, hey, I know this guy, he's doing this, and that's going to be a slow grassroots growth. You're not really out there bodying and shit, but like
Yeah.
eventually you're going to get to that point, and just get ready, bro. I wish I had a time machine to talk to myself before I started my own YouTube channel and my own NFTs and was like, bro, just get ready because
Yeah.
you're
That's
never.
how you learn, basically, yeah. You learn by fucking up, basically, and sometimes really badly.
Oh, bro, you know what? We'll end on this note, bro. To the next fuck up. To the next time we all fuck up, guys. To the next
Yeah.
one. But thank you all for tuning in. We're
Appreciate
still at
y'all, chat group.
140 on X right now on the live stream. So I appreciate
shout out to
everybody
YouTube
who's
chat.
watching. Please hit that repost button. Jump
Thanks,
in
Facebook
the
chat.
Telegram. The Enter the Coronaverse. I know I said it wrong.
Chronoverse, baby.
Chronoverse.
Chronoverse.
I'm going to
Oh my
say
God.
it in the mirror 3 times till Sean pops up.
Chron. Me.
It rhymes with Sean, just remember that. Kron Sean, basically.
Shaunaverse.
Shaunaverse. All right, guys. Much love to everybody who watched. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the Telegram. I'm in the commune. soon. So if you hop in, I'll pop in and say hi. As always, have a day, and we'll see you next week, Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern. Miggy.
Peace out, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks, Sean. You
No
the best.
problem. You too, man.